Luffy vs Kaido. Dragon arm tattoo powers. Hi everyone, Flying Panda. That's probably one of my favorite intros. Kaido's tattoos are really obvious and we can even see them clearer in the anime, but do you all notice that it looks like the patterns of the smile devil fruits? Does this tattoo only appear when an individual eats an artificial devil fruit, or do the fruit powers fuse into the body like an object? This would answer why the gifters have animal heads coming out of their bodies, limbs, instead of changing their whole body into a zone. This theory from ZORO mentions that the artificial devil fruits, which were produced by Season and Doflamingo, are really different from the usual devil fruits. Most of them seem to be zones, and is it because they're the most easiest to manipulate? Somehow Kaido's beast army managed to make a specific part of their body eat the devil fruit. It would be more useful if they just transformed completely, but for some reason they chose not to, or maybe they cannot. Another thing that in the anime is that when they transform their limbs, eyes are blank, as if they were unconscious. In the manga, they don't show their eyes. Most normal zones seem to have consciousness, but when they're eaten by an object, they behave like normal animals and their eyes seem to be normal. The only exception is when they have awakened their zone. This could be the reason for which Kaido's army didn't eat the artificial devil fruit, but instead fused it into their bodies like how they do to fuse objects. Perhaps when they completely eat artificial devil fruit, they lose their consciousness, thus they can't follow orders. It could also be possible that their emotions deeply affect their transformation and their behavior. Monosuke, who ate Vengapunk's version when he transformed involuntarily, was when he was scared. Now, how did they make their arms eat a devil fruit? The first answer is that they cut their arms off when they used Vegapunk's method to make the arms eat a devil fruit, and finally they put them back together, but the gifters don't seem to have any stitches. It's also possible they just made their arms eat the devil fruit without cutting them like objects. The second one is related to their tattoos. The gifters have tattoos all over the left side of their bodies that ate the devil fruit, and all of them have the same tattoo, which resembles a rosette rose-like pattern. I believe that someone that works for Kaido made the tattoos eat the artificial devil fruits. It's also possible that they combine the tattoo's ink with the artificial devil fruits. They seem to increase when the artificial devil fruit is activated, which is really similar to Sasuke's curse mark. Sheepshead is the leader of the gifters, and it's not just a title, because he seems to have more control over his smile because he can transfer his tattoo into his right arm, thus allowing them to extend its power. Those tattoos are definitely related to the smile devil fruits. If the gifters' tattoos really contain the artificial devil fruits' powers, it's possible that the same method could be used with normal devil fruits. Perhaps this could allow the user to eat multiple devil fruits and activate them at different times. Kaido also has a tattoo on his left side of his body, so there's a higher possibility in his case because he is more directly related to the gifters. But I believe that this power used by Kaido is not just one smile devil fruit in his arm, but maybe a few. We first speculate that Kaido may be based off a dragon, but as mentioned before, he's based off a troll, and possibly the trolls of the Japanese folklore Peach Boy. But like gifters, Kaido will have a smile power on his arm, and it could be of a dragon. The fear and hatred from the Wano samurai towards dragons might have traumatized them, and it could be the fault of Kaido. This would be an epic scene when Luffy is fighting Kaido and all of a sudden Kaido's arm transforms into a dragon's head. It would look more epic than Magellan's hydra version. These devil fruit object fuse powers are fascinating. It would be so useful with people like Nami and Usopp, who, if they were to acquire these tattoos like the gifters, or having devil fruit powers fused into weapons like I mentioned in my Usopp Beetle theory by Beck. Also, some of you guys might know that Nami originally had a robotic arm in her original design. Even though the design was then embedded into Frankie, maybe it's still possible for Nami to acquire something similar. The gifters' tattoos are definitely something that is worth talking about. They're just really interesting. Obviously, it doesn't mean that everyone with tattoos could possess devil fruits' powers. We'll definitely learn more about them in the Wano arc, because Robin and Law are definitely the type of people who analyze their enemies' abilities. Thanks for watching the video. What do you think of the video? Please leave a comment down below. This theory was written by ZORO. Do check out my channel, I have a lot of One Piece related content. Please subscribe. Flying Panda.